this is the thing that drives me insane. The nature of the subjective is the lack. It's the incompleteness. And so the truth, like I was arguing with someone online when I first started posting my videos on YouTube, and they're again this materialistic computer scientist person. And it's like when you love somebody or someone says that they love you or two people say they're in love, you can't scientifically prove that. It's not possible. You have to accept that there is a fundamental nature of reality that is incoherent and incomplete. And that is essentially where our subjective experience is. As Lacan would say, the nature of the lack or the incompleteness is the basis for us to have subjective experience at all. And so there is a fundamental nature to relationship with others that is not based off of empirical proof and structure. It's based off of feeling and emotions. And these materialists cannot comprehend. It's almost like they think that the masculine is God. They're treating the masculine as God, as if it's the totality of everything. And if it's not in the masculine, then it doesn't count. They don't allow for your emotions and feelings to establish objective truth. And this is the point, is that the subjective and objective, if masculine and feminine, they are binaries that are a convenience for us to perceive. But there is no feminine without masculine, which means that you may create the binary to say that one is up and one is down and that they're mutually exclusive. But in fact, without the other one has no context. It makes no sense. It's incoherent. It's lost. And so so you have to say something like, no, the subjective is the objective. And then you're like, that's paradoxical. It makes no sense. In Lacanian, that is the real. The real is the thing that cannot be totalized by the symbolic order. And this is what I mean. Fundamentally, these materialist scientists and Richard Dawkins is the absolute worst case scenario, cannot comprehend the nature of subjectivity. They cannot incorporate the feminine into themselves to understand it. They can't. And it's really frustrating watching it, because they're just like materialism, structure, proposition. Without it, there's no truth. And it's just like, okay, you've never been in a relationship with a person in your life then, I guess.
Ken Wilber refers to it as one of the four quadrants colonizing the other. So the stance, like the hardcore extreme materialist stance, is just like is the objective colonizing the subjective.
Yes.
And the opposite view, like kind of the extreme idealist view that there is no objective reality and there's only subjective. That's like subjective colonizing the objective.
That's exactly what I think is happening with this idea of, a man is anyone who identifies as a man, or a woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. It's when you say that a thing is anyone who identifies as a thing, then the only criteria is whether or not someone says they identify as it, which means that it doesn't matter what characteristics you have or what structure you have or what your traits are. If you say you identify as a thing, then you are the thing, which means that there is no objective basis to exclude anyone. So you've taken the nature of the border, the structure, the no of the father, the masculine, and you said you're not allowed to exclude. You're not allowed to say, no, if you identify as 14 and you've actually lived on the earth for 30 years, then I can say, no, you are not 14. And so the nature of saying that you cannot exclude at all is the nature of the subjective colonizing the objective. It's trying to use a pure subjective structure as to function as an objective structure. It's the exact opposite problem.